Sports represents life.
Big moments for big players.
I like to see how people react during adversity.
He doesn't care who gets the recognition, he just cares about the result. Third grade, my dad signed me up for just a ton of different sports camps.
We'll put him in the lacrosse camp. Dad, that was the most amazing thing I've ever done.
He was like, this is something special. Like, both my boys, they love it. Let's make it happen.
1, 2, 3, go! I caught wind that Brad was starting both boys and girls programs at Live Oak.
Our whole entire life has been lacrosse, lacrosse, lacrosse.
There's so many people that we've been with since day one.
It's crazy that it's just ending.
Being able to win a championship at the end of the year, that's what everybody plays for. You want to go to playoffs, you want to battle, you want to get through the first 3 rounds, and then walk off in the blaze of glory. It'd be awesome for those seniors, man.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Adversity is actually the opportunity for you to really see what you're made of.
Very rarely do you get an opportunity to beat Goliath.
If we win a championship, like everything that we did previously is just canceled out.
Whether they win or lose, I love him and I'm there for him.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the Live Oak sports community, we'd be in real bad shape.
I want to do this for my coaches, my team, my brothers.
Acorns on me, acorns on 3. 1, 2, 3, acorns!
The brothers that we have right here, right now, this is who we're going to fight for. This is who we battle with.
It's cool to see a future.
Let's go!
The program has a life now.
You have to believe in that. Do you guys believe in that? Yes, you believe in that?
What the fuck are they doing? Correct.
Thank you, Brad, for coming in, man. This is a pleasure. Thank you so much.
I'm so excited. This is going to be fun.
I'm sure you had a hectic week after the release.
It was super fun. I told everybody.
I was hoping to get it in before because she told me like the 9th, and I was like, man, I want to talk to it before the release, you know? And then,
yeah.
But you know what?
Well,
this is good.
Yeah, I tell you, it was exhausting though.
Yeah. So
I had some really good sleeps. Let's put it that way.
Where did you guys premiere, and how was it?
Well, we premiered in Westwood and Hollywood, and then we premiered pretty much every movie now premieres online, so video on demand.
Yeah,
that's the Apple TV. But we started off in the top 10, so that was pretty cool. We had a lot of pre-sales.
It was, so I got a chance to watch the film.
Oh, good.
I tell you what, congratulations. You got me to care about lacrosse. I didn't know what that is.
Well, I brought my stick in case I needed to beat it out of you.
Yeah, I didn't know what that is. And then I started watching and I was like, wait, this looks like hockey, but not on ice. Is that correct?
I always say the same thing. I always say it's the 5 sports we all love. It's the hand-eye coordination of hockey.
Yeah.
It's the contact of football. It's the fitness of soccer. It's the accuracy of baseball. And it's the moving without the ball of basketball.
You know what? That is correct. You have put it in a way that I couldn't have thought of.
And that's why I love it. That's why most people that have never seen it love it.
Yeah, well, I mean, watching the film, I was like, I mean, this thing is very physical. Like these kids, you know, in the beginning of the documentary, you see them like, you know,
trailer,
going at it. And I was like, wait a minute, there's like a little bit of aggression in there, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And it's interesting because like, I've never played the game, so I don't understand, you know, what it feels like to get hit either by a stick or with a shoulder. I mean, I played football and I played other sports, but I always think, gosh, you know, if I got hit with a stick, I don't think I could not turn around and hit the guy with, like I would retaliate, you know, and
like
these kids have so much control.
That's why it looked like hockey, you know, because they, you know, wailing at each other with the sticks and everything.
Yes.
And it looked super fun. So how did you get into lacrosse?
Yeah. The story is pretty simple. I had twin boys. They're 7 or 8 years old, and I put them in every single sport you could think of. And I just was such a believer in wanted to see passion. And so what I would do is I put them in, like soccer camp, and they'd come home and I'd say, how was soccer camp? They're like, oh, it's okay. And how was basketball camp? Oh, it was okay. And they came home from lacrosse camp, and they're like, Dad, that was the most amazing thing I've ever done. And so to me, I just always wanted to see passion in my kids and want them to practice. And that's what they did. They practiced. And that's how I got into it. Honestly, I grew up in Southern California. I knew nothing about lacrosse. I was a baseball guy, always have been a baseball guy. And my kids loved it. So I figured, hey, I'll throw my hat in the ring and, I'll teach kids how to play. And I didn't know anything. I said, I'll just YouTube it,
But the journey of you trying to make it into high school, started out of necessity, it looks like.
Yes.
Because your kids loving it.
Yes.
I guess it wasn't available to them at the school when you tried to make it. Is that how it went?
Yeah. Yeah. In Northern California, there's very few programs when we started. And so we started it as a rec program. And then what happened was we tried to get it into the schools. And our public school here in Morgan Hill had a contract with the teachers. And the teachers union said you couldn't add a sport unless you eliminated one. So imagine being an athletic director and trying to eliminate like water polo or something that's already been established.
Yeah.
You're just not going to do that. So we had to lobby the teachers union just so that we could change the language in their contract so that we could get lacrosse, boys and girls, at our local high school.
So
now we have 2 high schools in Morgan Hill. We were able to get lacrosse in both high schools.
Wow.
And that was a big deal too. So not just the movie is about Live Oak. But it's truly Morgan Hill.
You dove into the deep politics of the administration, trying to understand, contracts and stuff just to do this. I mean, you have patience.
Yeah.
You have
Well, it was
patience.
interesting because, I went to the superintendent, we went to the principals, everybody was for it. I mean, everybody was really, even the teachers union, they were for it.
Yeah.
But there's other things that you just don't know about that are legacy. And like you said, in politics that, whatever reason it was, but I know the reason why now is all about money.
Of course. I was going to say that budgets, because they have allocated budgets for activities.
That's exactly what it was.
And
and so I always told them, and I always told them from the beginning, when I was starting this program, I go, please do not allow money to be an excuse for us to not do this. There's other reasons that are valid, but money cannot be one of them. We will figure out a way to raise the money. We will figure out a way to, have money to fund a program, to fund a coach, all these kinds of things. So the idea, like you mentioned, is that school districts need to plan. And so they didn't want to be adding sports and having unfunded liabilities.
Wow. And you know what? When I watched the documentary, I didn't know you did the film. I thought someone else. I was mistaken,
okay.
Because I saw you in the film. You were the parent of the kids, and watching the kids, in their journey. I thought you were one of the parents or one of the main characters that, kickstarted this thing, and they were following you. Someone else was following you. I didn't know you were.
Yeah. The crazy part about the whole thing was the reason the documentary came about, the Mighty Oaks, is I wanted to find a coach to coach these kids because I don't know anything about lacrosse. So I was like, okay, I'm going to coach them. And COVID happened, and then I couldn't coach them anymore because they were too good. So I was like, you know what? Maybe we can make a documentary or a series about a professional coming to coach, and then the money that we earn from the series, we can pay the coach.
Yeah.
That was my whole idea.
It's a valid idea. It's a valid idea.
So we created a sizzle reel. We tried to sell it to a lot of different organizations. Everybody loved the idea, but nobody wanted to pay for it.
Of course.
So that's why eventually I decided, you know what? This needs to be done. I'm going to pay for it. Let's go do it.
The coach you found was an amazing guy. I mean,
he's really amazing.
He was, it's like, you connect with him. I connected with him, and I was like, because in the beginning when he came in, and then you just get sucked into the story. Because watching the documentary, well, once again, it was a really positive, thank you for making something positive. A lot of content today, it's all depressing and disgusting.
Yes.
And for the first time in a while, it's like, watch something positive. So in the beginning, it was all, positive, just the kids and all that. And I think for me was the arc when stuff started to change. I kind of like, invested in the team. I was like, okay, I'm supporting this team. Is when they
was our goal.
When they played the game with what's the name of the team? Bellamore?
Palo Alto?
No, Bellamore.
Bellarmine,
Bellarmine. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The ones from Silicon City.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And I was like, and the guy started talking, was like, let's go kick their asses. There was
you were ready to go, right?
Yeah, privileged. And I was like, I was like, they're going to have it. It's like, is that what's going to happen? They're going to go in there, the underdog, and they lost. And then for me, that's what the tragedy started to go down.
Yeah.
And
it's so interesting because everybody gets a little different storyline, based on their life experiences. And, we try to show those, protagonists, antagonists, wealthy versus poor, all the different types of storylines in there. And like you said, what I think is really important to convey to your listeners and the people who are going to see the movie, it's a positive message about kids coming together to try to win a championship. Life happens, and the community surrounds themselves with those people, and you're rooting for them at the end. You really are.
If you watch long enough, you start to root for the mighty OAKS. You go in.
That's right.
Because that final game with the Palo Alto was very emotional.
Yeah.
I literally got sucked into it. And I was like, I can't believe I'm actually watching lacrosse. And then now suddenly I'm like, biting my teeth. Are they going to win? What's going to happen? And it was tight game. 1-1. They go up. They go, square. And it's a tie. And then they lead, a tie, a lead. And, and when they cry.
The best part about that,
spoiler alert, when they cry at the end, that was like, earned tears,
Yes. Well, it's fascinating too, because, sports tell a story, right? And every story doesn't necessarily end with a Hollywood ending.
Oh, no.
And so I've had more people comment that have watched the film that they are rooting for the Mighty OAKS. They're rooting for these kids, and they weren't expecting the ending. And that's what I think is genuine about this film, is that, like you said, we focus on the positive. There's so much salaciousness out there that create, get clickbait and get people to watch. No, we wanted to tell a great story about kids in a community that try to win a championship. And
it was a great story, because the most fascinating thing too is when you start watching and then you get to know those kids, and then somewhere during the film, a lot of them, they become like, the veterans, and you see behind them the new generations coming. You be like, when did that happen? It's like a whole life lived within the film, which brings me to question how long the production of the documentary took. How long they've been following this. 'Cause I'm assuming it's
Are you talking
time.
about post-production? Are you talking about post-production?
Production, like production meaning when you were filming it.
Yeah.
Collecting all the footage.
Yeah. I always tell people a couple of different ways. It took us 7 years to put together from start to finish.
Wow.
And the actual season, that whole one year, 2024, follows their whole season. So that would be 12 months. I would say it took about 8 months of post-production. And for those people that aren't in the movie business, it basically took 40 hours of work to create 7 minutes of film. And so we have probably, I think it's 80 hours worth of film that we had to go through to create a movie.
But the filming process, which is, production.
Yeah, that started about 7 years ago.
That took 7 years.
Yes.
Because I'm assuming because you watch those kids grow.
The small little kids growing up, and
you watch them grow, and all the games, and all the results in a season. That has to take time.
And a funny story about that too is, we were so bad and we went, 0-36 or something like that. And we never thought we could win, So when I was filming that and we had a chance to win
the first win,
our first game, Brendan Hardy, who's the director, he was asking me, do you have any film of that game? And I go, no. I said, all I got was the little clip of when they were celebrating at the end, going absolutely crazy because all of us parents were hugging each other and crying.
You don't have time to film.
We never thought we'd win. And all of a sudden we're winning and we're hugging each other and, oh my gosh, I better get some film on this. So there's just a little clip of the kids celebrating that you see in there. And it's pretty special.
Yeah. No, it was a very special film to watch. I'm not too much into sports and watching this stuff, but I was really surprised how much I enjoyed it. It sucked me in.
That's great.
I guess you did.
That's good. I like asking people that don't know about sports, lacrosse, or my kids, how do they like it? So I really appreciate the kind words.
You don't get it better than that. I don't know lacrosse at all. Never heard of it. And I'm not, the usual watcher of sports and stuff. So I got it,
Great. I love it.
In the hook. And then at the end, so all those, the veteran kids now, they all went.
Yes. Don't you love that part of the movie? It's like 7 minutes. They talk about it. It was like a kind of American Graffiti if you're into kind of film. And there was another like Friday Night Lights does it as well. And it's a way to kind of, you're always, like you said, you were vested in these kids and you're like, I want to know what's happened to them. So it's a really good synopsis of where did they end up. So that was kind of nice to be able to have a year of production because we could kind of see where these kids were going to go.
Yeah, it gives you time to, when they land where they're supposed to land and they do all that stuff. And where's the team now? Are you still involved with the...
Yeah. Involved in a small sort of way, kind of peripheral. I get asked questions about what's the combination to the lock and, where's the gear at and, things like that. But in terms of I don't have kids involved anymore. So my daughter plays volleyball at the school. So I'm on campus quite frequently. Mm-hmm. But for purposes of the Live Oak lacrosse, I had to hand that off.
Yeah, and, so it became a thing. So you succeeded on planting it and that's it. It grows.
Correct.
It grows pretty good. That's amazing. I mean, you gave those kids something new where they can, a game where they can hit each other with sticks.
Yeah,
I mean, which kid wouldn't like that, right?
Exactly.
I mean, I wish I had that when I was a kid.
That's right.
Growing up playing soccer, that's all there is,
Yeah.
And you get to shove each other left.
Where is your accent from?
North Africa.
North Africa.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been to Morocco.
Well, the country next to it, Algeria, that's the one.
Algeria. Okay. Yeah. I have not been to Algeria.
So soccer is the only thing. I remember in high school, sports, when you have a middle school, there's nothing athletic wise. You just have 2 hours a week and you just play soccer.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Well, that means a lot more to me then because you didn't grow up in the States per se. And to be able to take, lacrosse is North America's oldest game.
Yeah. I was really shocked to know the origins of it. I thought it was like a modern game that someone invented.
Right. And it's going to be in the Olympics in 2028. So that'll be the first time in over 100 years.
The Native Americans, they played it. That took me by surprise.
Yeah, and they played it as a way to settle disputes, whether it be land disputes or property disputes. And they played it to the death. These games were 2 and 3 days long. The fields were really long. But yeah, it was the Native Americans, they call it the creator's game. And they give thanks to the creator every time they get a chance to play.
What a way to settle dispute.
Yeah, and I think you may have heard in the movie, you could see some of the people talk about a flow state.
Yeah.
Or, they're kind of in that groove or some kind of, and that's the part of the game I never played. And the movie really shares with people why it's different than, let's say, football or soccer even. People call soccer the beautiful game. And truly, when the ball is moving as fast as it is a beautiful game. And the same thing happens in lacrosse. It's just so much faster.
Well, I guess the reason maybe I kind of liked it because, from a soccer background, I'm used to like a game doesn't stop unless someone gets hurt or the ball goes out of bounds. The field is big enough, so it's very rare for the game to stop.
Yeah.
And when it stops, it's quick. Okay, right, bring it back and go. For lacrosse was similar. You're running around. You even go behind, the scoop. But scoring in that game is another level. I was like, I can't do that.
Well, it's a 6 foot by 6 foot goal. And the goalie really only has a chest protector, and that ball is flying between 90 and 100 miles per hour. And they're trying to stop it.
I was trying to observe the way they maneuver those sticks, and they were flinging. I was, expecting them to fling really wide. But most of the time, you see just like a tiny gesture. And then the ball goes and it's goal, and someone else goes like, "Okay, how did that happen? I didn't see it."
Yeah, and the accuracy of being able to throw it exactly where you want to. That takes hours and hours and hours of work that nobody sees. Like you and I, we look at it, and I play catch with my kids in the backyard, and I still can't like what they call cradle the ball.
Yeah, I saw where in the film I had a chance to saw that your boys were just chilling in the backyard and just passing it to each other. That was the only time I had a chance to see them passing it and catching it.
Yeah. So that part is really hard. And it's so funny because, they make it look so easy because it comes second nature.
Of course.
But trying to teach kids that when we started the program, as you could see when one of the films when the kid throws the ball out, just out of nowhere, it's kind of funny. But for our purposes, to be able to cradle the ball and throw and be able to defend yourself against somebody, throwing that stick at the ball and at your hands and at your feet. And it's a different animal, it's a different type of game.
Yeah. Now I'm a fan of lacrosse. I think
Thank you.
It should be everywhere.
Well, we're trying to grow the game. So that's the whole idea.
So what's the future of the film now? Is it going to come out?
Yeah. Good question. Well, in the film business, this is my first film, but being an independent filmmaker, I have learned so much.
Join the club, my friend. I can tell you a lot.
I think that it's one of those films, and I think you might have even said it in the last couple minutes, that I hope will be one of those films that people pick up primarily because, I heard about this. Oh, this looks pretty good. It has good audience scores. And I feel like those kinds of reviews will give it legs. Or most movies, they debut, you have this big, how is it? And then it kind of falls off. I think this is going to be a little longer in the tooth. I think that, we have video on demand. So we have all of the major streamers. You've got YouTube, TV, you got Amazon Prime, Apple TV, all of those.
Oh, that's good.
The libraries, cruise ships. I actually think that when we get on the movies on airplanes, I tend to feel like that's going to be one of those things that we're going to get a lot of airplay because people want to go somewhere for an hour and a half. And
that would be a good movie to watch in the airplane.
It would be great.
I'm a bad flyer, so something like that will gives me a comfort,
That's right.
Just takes you into a real life of people.
Yeah.
It would be a nice cuddle.
Yeah. So yeah, good. A nice warm blanket. Hey, yeah. So the 800-pound gorilla in the video on demand is Netflix, and if we sell enough downloads, they'll come knocking on our door, and then they'll buy it from us.
I hope so.
That's
so.
kind of the plan. I hope so too, because that's where we'll get the real outreach. You know, I do programs like yourself. I've really tried to market it to every single person that might be interested, whether it be film or sports or whatever. But ultimately, you know, people have Netflix, and if
you know what, I hope so. I hope it gets there. It'll have wider, because it's a positive movie. It's a good movie.
Thank you.
It needs, we need more of that kind of stuff out, you know. And
everybody has echoed what you said. They really believe that the positive message and the community coming together and just being in a situation where, you know, it's a feel good family type of movie, you know, outside of a few F words.
It is a feel good, but yeah, it's not like in the cliche way. That's what I was trying to get through.
Yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying.
Honestly, when I was going to watch it, when I get the link, I wasn't sure what I'm getting into. I was like, okay, it's a sport movie. Maybe it's a movie. I was completely wrong. All of what I expected in my head, I was completely wrong. And it was really nice and straightforward movie. That's the thing. There's no cliche to it and anything.
Yeah.
Because
I hope that more people feel the same way you do. I do. I find that
they will. That's the thing. If you give them, if people have a chance to see it, they will.
Yes,
that's
agreed.
You don't have to do a lot of work. It's just getting it in the hands of the people.
Into the hands,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully
when we started,
Netflix gets it.
It's interesting you're bringing that up, because I'm thinking about when we started the program of lacrosse. There used to be kind of a theme: put a stick in a kid's hand. If you put a stick in a kid's hand, they're going to be hooked. So back to what you said is, if people will give this movie a chance, like you did, I think that they will run away with it as being positive and share it with friends and family.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, you don't get any more example than me. It's like I'm like the wrong target for you to throw that movie at me. And it worked.
Exactly.
So, it worked.
Yeah,
100%.
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thank you, Brad, very much, man. This was a super.
Appreciate it. That was fun interview.
Man.
I appreciate you giving me the time.
I would love to. You should make more documentaries, since now here's an idea for you, you know, to inspire, you know, schools and high schools.
Yeah.
Find ideas and give them a voice and try to see who you will follow next. Because now you have.
I love that idea, giving somebody a voice.
Yeah, you have now an experience, and a lot of these kids who play sports in high school, just, you know, help them tell their story, or just follow them around. You know, it's. Worst case, they have video memories of themselves playing when they were kids.
It's so funny you say that. That's exactly what I told my wife. I said, if this thing flops, we'll have the best produced highlight film of our kids.
Yeah, well, when your kids grow up, it'll be like, this is the best album.
That's right.
You know, but yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And
no, thank you.
Hopefully people will love it and buy it and share it with their friends.
I'll make sure to shove it in everybody's face.
I love it. We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you.